Part 3 Rejection and Escape. 8 p.m. The bus from Willow Creek arrived in New York City. Ella stepped down with her small bag, standing at the noisy bus station. Cars honked, traders shouted, and the streets were full of people. For the first time in her life, she felt lost. Her stomach growled from hunger. She walked slowly down the street looking for food. After some time, she saw a small roadside food stand with a wooden table and a dim lamp. "Good evening, ma'am," Ella said softly, placing her bag down. "Please, can I have some rice?" The woman smiled kindly. "How much do you want, my dear?" Ella opened her handbag, pulled out some money, and paid. She sat on a small bench and ate slowly, tears running down her cheeks. When she finished, she brought out Ethan's business card and showed it to the woman. "Mom, do you know this address?" she asked. The woman looked at it carefully and nodded. "Yes, I know this place. Take a taxi and they'll drop you there." Ella smiled faintly. "Thank you, ma'am." She waved down a taxi and showed the driver the card. He nodded and drove off. When they arrived, it was already late at night. She stood in front of a tall black gate. Her hands trembled as she knocked. The security guard named Mr. Daniels opened the gate halfway and looked at her suspiciously. "Who are you looking for?" he asked. "I'm looking for Ethan," Ella said softly. "I'm Ella. I come from Willow Creek." "Wait here," Mr. Daniels said. He went inside and spoke to Ethan, who was sitting at the dining table with a glass of wine. "Sir, a young lady is at the gate. She says her name is Ella. She's from Willow Creek." The guard said. Ethan froze for a moment. Then his face hardened. "I don't know anyone named Ella," he said coldly. "If you let any stranger in, you'll lose your job." The guard returned to the gate and opened it slightly. "My boss said he doesn't know you. Leave now," he said harshly. Ella's eyes widened in shock. "Please," she begged. "Tell him again. He knows me. Please." But the guard shouted, "I said leave," and slammed the gate. Ella stood there, frozen. Tears rolled down her face as she whispered, "Oh God, he has rejected me." She turned slowly, walking down the quiet New York streets with a weak heart. She went back to the place where she had eaten earlier. The street was quiet. Beside the woman's stand was an empty, cold space. Ella sat down there, hugging her bag tightly. She remembered how Ethan spoke to her with sweet words, how he promised to love her. "All lies," she whispered as tears fell again. Slowly, her body grew weak. Her tears dried on her cheeks as she leaned against the wall. In that cold, lonely street, Ella drifted into sleep, homeless, rejected, and broken. An hour later, Mrs. Helen Carter, the food seller, finished serving her last customer and began to close her shop. As she packed her things, she saw someone lying on the ground. She walked closer and realized it was the same young woman from earlier. Who is this girl? She thought. Does she have no home? Mrs. Carter bent down and tapped her gently. "Hello, young lady," she said softly. Ella opened her eyes slowly, startled. She jumped up, scared. "Calm down," Mrs. Carter said kindly. "Why are you sleeping here? It's dangerous." Ella lowered her head, ashamed. "My name is Ella. I came from Willow Creek. I was rejected by a man who promised to marry me. Now I have nowhere to go." The woman's heart was touched. She held Ella's hand and said, "Don't worry, my dear. Stand up. Take your bag. You can't sleep here tonight. Come with me." Ella's eyes widened. You want to help me?" "Yes," Mrs. Carter said gently. "You're not safe here. Let's go." Tears filled Ella's eyes, but this time it was from relief. That night, she found kindness from a stranger. Far away at the coal estate, Ethan lay on his bed, restless. The security guard's words echoed in his mind. "A young lady says her name is Ella." He leaned back, staring at the ceiling. "How did she find me?" he muttered. He remembered the envelope he gave her. Inside was his business card. His chest tightened, but he hardened his heart. "I owe her nothing," he told himself. But no matter how hard he tried, one name wouldn't leave his mind. Ella.